Hi guys, and happy October. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a treat inspired by my favorite Halloween time movie, Trick or Treat. We're going to be making hot chocolate bombs shaped like Sam's mask and his jack-o'-lantern. So let's get started. First, we'll be needing some hot chocolate mix, so here's how to make your own. Take 1½ cups dry milk powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup chocolate chips, 3/4 cup special dark or Dutch processed cocoa, not regular cocoa, and 1 cup of powdered sugar, and put them all in the bowl of a food processor. Process them until the mixture resembles sand. You need the white chocolate chips to be chopped up small enough that they'll melt easily when you pour in hot milk. This is a little too big. Also, be careful not to cut your fingers on the food processor blade when checking your mixture. Something like this is good. Transfer the mix to an airtight container and set aside. And maybe clean off the counter before you keep going. I went to my local craft store and found these peanut butter and pumpkin spice flavored candy melts, which seemed like the right color and a pretty good match with chocolate. So we'll be using the peanut butter to make Sam's mask. Just pour that into a microwave-safe bowl and heat it according to the package directions. Microwave until just melted. Be sure not to overheat and burn the candy. Then spoon some of the melted candy into each of your molds. This is a silicone half-sphere mold, about 3 inches in diameter. I borrowed this from a friend, but you can find it online or at your local craft stores. This melted candy is pretty thick, so you can just use a spoon to spread the melted candy up the sides of the mold. And you can see it clings pretty easily to the side. Be sure you have a decently thick, even layer around the entire mold. Add more melted candy if you need to. It's worth it to take your time on this step because if there are any holes or thin spots in your candy shell, it may break as you're removing it from the mold later. See, I almost missed a spot right there. Once you're happy with them, set them aside and allow them to cool and harden. Okay, now your candy shells have cooled and it's time to very, very carefully remove them from the mold. You can pull out a little bit and make sure that it's coming away from the sides. If it's not, then leave it to cool a bit longer. You can also put them in the fridge, but they may take on sort of a cloudy appearance, so just be aware that that might happen. Once they've all been removed, you can gather the ingredients for your hot chocolate bombs and heat a non-stick pan over very low heat on the stove. Drop 3 of the half spheres open side down on the warm pan for just a second to melt the candy and even out the edge. Now it's time to fill. Add a few tablespoons of your hot chocolate mix to the bottom shell so that it's pretty full, but you still have some room for your marshmallows. Then I added some Halloween sprinkles, and of course mini marshmallows. I also made some Sam's Head marshmallows. I'm not going to go over how to make these because I have a whole other video about making custom marshmallows, which I'll link above and in the description box. I'll be honest, it's mostly pointless in this recipe anyway, since the marshmallows will melt immediately upon detonating this chocolate bomb, but I thought it was a fun idea, so I did it anyway. Now just use the pan on the stove once again to melt the top shell a bit and top off your hot chocolate bomb. Use your finger to spread the melted chocolate a bit and seal it off. Repeat these steps with the pumpkin spice candy melts, allow it to cool, and then it's time to decorate. So I have royal icing in brown, orange, yellow, and black colors. I'm going to use the brown to add the stitching to Sam's mask. There's my little Sam doll to use as a guide. He has 2 rows of stitches, one down the middle of his head and one across around where his mouth would be. Then the black is used to add his little button eyes. For the pumpkins, I turned them upright and just let the orange icing fall in straight lines to create the impression of the pumpkin shape. And then I used the yellow to add the jack-o'-lantern's cross-eyed face. And that's it! I feel like people think of hot chocolate as being a winter holiday treat, but I think it can be just as fun at Halloween. Alright, to use your hot chocolate bomb, all you need to do is put a mug's worth of milk on the stove to heat, place your hot chocolate bomb in your mug, then add the hot milk, and watch it melt away. As you can see, the Sam's Head marshmallow did not last long, but you can kind of see him there. For the pumpkin spice version, I decided to go a little different and add hot coffee instead of milk. There was a skull-shaped orange marshmallow in this one, and it lasted even less time than Sam's Head. Now, I had tried the hot cocoa before using it in these bombs, and I was hoping the peanut butter candy might give it more of a Reese's peanut butter cup feel, but the taste of peanut butter isn't that strong. It's more like chocolate with a bit of peanut butter scent. Same thing with the pumpkin spice flavor, but I will say that using coffee instead of milk was a winner in my book. If you'd like to see more recipes like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, always check your candy.